This is Boxing Tickets NI in association with SB Sports. We're here at Academy 1 in Belfast, and obviously thanks first of all to Academy 1 for giving us permission to film. But delighted to be joined with the latest sensation. Well, I guess 2 years now, obviously you're a pro, Colm, but you're obviously Celtic and Irish champion now. Obviously last time out you became Irish champion. That was back in June, July. So how's things been with you since?
Yeah, it's all been good, Morty. So came out of it all, Irish champion, still alive and kicking 2 years after my debut. So looking forward to getting out next weekend. The whole stable's out, and it's going to be another big night of wins for us.
And like sort of people seen the pictures. Obviously Mark made it a really good picture of it. It looked like you were in an absolute war. Obviously it was a head clash in the fight. Like you as a young pro at 23 years of age, you technically shouldn't really know what to do in that instance, but I guess that's the experience you're sort of building with these fights. You know, you've been able to come through a head clash a few times, because the first time you fought Liam Gaynor, your eye was obviously swollen up as well. But talk to me obviously about that. Obviously I know we have spoke after the fight, but that initial impact when the cut happens and it's running down your face, were you just thinking of, I need to get him out of here so that it doesn't become really bad and obviously affect your career moving forward?
Yeah, well, I knew the cut was bad at the time it happened, but see, even after the fight, when I got showed the photo, I was like, whoa, that is pretty mental, like. But there you go, it happened. I took my initiative after the cut. I realised, look, there's no way that this is going to go 10 rounds, and from that moment on I went and won the fight every round. So at the end of the day, I feel like I fully won the fight. Went in, dropped Gaynor after. He should have known that no way this is going to go 10 rounds, especially because he made the cut worse. So there you go, I did what I needed to do, and I knew before I got in the fight maybe there was going to be questions asked, and I've flown through it, showed my toughness. You know, there has been fights now. I remember Dennis McCann versus Beluda, similar cut kind of happened, and it only went the round after the cut had happened. You know, fair play to Cruel Jonah and my whole team getting me through that, because you know, getting even to midpoint of round 6 was really good going on our team, and I'm very grateful for everyone's part and getting me to win.
And obviously, I was sort of saying to Mark the other day as well, it seems to be now that every fight you have, obviously you've had the bad eye, I think it was your bad left eye probably in both times, but you've been sort of getting more wounds and memories to sort of look back on in the future. You're obviously, your eye healed up very well, obviously after the last fight as well, but for you as a young 23-year-old Irish champion, 8 fights in, 2 years of professional, you couldn't have probably asked for it to be any better than it has. Has it exceeded the dreams that you probably had? And when you turn pro, probably now that you're Irish champion, you've conquered the domestic scene, you've had 3 domestic fights, you've conquered that, and you're now ready for the next phase.
Yeah, well, I was even thinking back to our first interview, Morty, and like, you know, back then, and tried to suss out how I felt then. No way would I thought I'd be in this situation I'm in now, having won 2 belts, and now I'm looking to push on, really, and I'm in a good position. There's the next person in line to fight for a British title, and even the fight before it, they were all ranked below me on BoxRec. So I'm in a very good position, and I could really see myself now fighting for a British title in the next year. But honestly, this year has been a bit mad, especially with the cuts, and you've got to factor these all in, that maybe, you know, don't push for something too quick. You know, we're in a good position now, and like, now let's pick the right time to grasp it, really.
You've been very well matched, obviously, in your fights as well. Obviously, you know, some of the fights you've had and in the Europa and stuff like that as well, you wouldn't see other prospects in the UK and Ireland probably taking them. The reason I sort of ask is, obviously I know someone you initially called out at the start, and you probably laugh back, Campbell Hatton. You obviously wanted to fight there. Like, Campbell Hatton's 13-0, just over 2 years as a pro, but he hasn't fought anybody of the calibre and the level that you've fought. Do you sort of look at this experience that you've built, knowing that when you get to that next stage and maybe a British title, that you're ready, and you're not just ready to fight in it, but you're ready to win it?
Yeah, exactly. I'm ready to win it, and I'm ready to grasp that opportunity when it comes. But just to even fight for a British title, like, I would never expect that, to be honest. Like, back in the days, you know, I've always grown up having a label to be mediocre and to achieve results that, you know, aren't the best, and just to basically pass. And right now I'm really beating that label back, and I really think I can help people down the line to push themselves beyond what they think they're capable of. So yeah, I'm just taking it all in and enjoying it for what it is, and I'm very grateful to be in the position I am, because it's all going to be very great to look back on in a few years at this pace, like, especially.
You're probably that model pro that, and I know I said to Conor Quinn the other week as well, what your face tells everything, exactly what you're feeling. I know John, who obviously shared obviously your last clip from your last fight, and the emotion in your face told it all. You didn't have to say a word. People could tell exactly from your face what you were feeling. Like, you can probably have imagined the start you've had. What's given you this confidence? What's taken you to the next level? Because, like, even if you look back at your early interviews, the confidence even in that now, is it just part of you growing up, and what obviously this stable of obviously fighters has done, that you have become such of a family unit?
Yeah, I feel like it's just being accepted by everyone, and everyone supporting me, and everyone showing me a lot of love. And I didn't think I had that, because I've lacked a lot of confidence when I was younger. So to see people, support me and bigging me up like that when I sometimes struggled with that, that's really helped. Because I know people sometimes turn around and say you have to believe in yourself, but that's always something I've struggled with. But when other people do believe in me, that really does seem to build my confidence up too. So as I said, I'm very grateful to have that support. It's going to be a lot to look back on, but hopefully, I can just do everyone's support proud, and continue to push on and reap some good rewards and take people along for a good ride with me. And I'm definitely in the best gym for it right now, because that's what I mean. I've got 2 big title fights coming up, and that's what I mean. I'll get to enjoy those fights after my fight, and that's what I mean. I'm really looking forward to it. There's 2 really. I even tell all my friends who've bought the tickets, no, it's not about my fight. It's the 2 ones after that you really want to be there for.
You used to be obviously known as a Mad Monk. Obviously, I don't know whether it was something in the amateur. Obviously, you always just do a fight of the year sort of things. Do you sort of feel now, with you growing up a wee bit more, that you're maybe going to pick up a new nickname somewhere? Obviously, the fact that you're just so raw, you're so honest, you're just completely genuine. Is it probably this is your next stage now? It's like, give me a different nickname. You're no longer mad. You just become so mature and so developed. Or do you want to keep a hold of that tag of being the Mad Monk?
Well, no, I feel like, I'll always be me, but I feel like, as I've grown up and stuff, I don't have to, act in a certain way or thing. Just, all I have to do is be me, and I know people will support me for that, so there's no need to change that, really.
Definitely, it's part of who you are, really. Talking obviously on, you're back next week in a 6-rounder, probably in a good way, obviously because of the cut and everything else. It's good that you can be eased back before you look at the next stage, but you're probably more focused not so much in your own fights, but obviously on Conor's and Owen's fights. Obviously, Conor obviously fighting for a belt for the first time. He's fighting for 2. So in one fight, he'll join you with obviously two belts, and obviously Owen he's going for a second belt obviously as well. He's obviously aiming to become the Irish champion, fighting Declan Geraghty. But what a card next week! Yeah,
it's going to be a cracking card. 6 fights on, I believe, and it's going to be in Girkwood College again. So I think Mark's pulled off a really good show again. But that's what I mean. Obviously, I think Conor should have had a belt before this, but things went amiss. But I think this guy, I think it's going to be he's going to make easy work of him, because I've seen him in camp. He's flying, really, and I know that definitely he's going to be looking at a British title too down the line after this. So hopefully that puts him in a position where he can now fight. So I know that's a dream fight for him to get for the British title, and then Owen against Declan Geraghty too. He's feeling like he's the underdog, so if he beats Declan Geraghty, he's going to be on a real big high. And like me, I'm sure he will feel that he's already overachieved winning an Irish title, because I actually do feel like I have overachieved too. So I really hope he gets that win too, because he fully deserves it. All the camps he's put in, all the fights he's had, and I remember he didn't really have that much experience like me and Conor. So all for fire ahead. Let's get these belts, boys.
You've always been a big advocate, and obviously the gym staying unbeaten and everything else. And I don't want to give away anything else for another fighter, but potentially by the end of this year, everybody in D. Walsh's gym could all have had a title around their waist. You've obviously already had yourself and Owen and Paddy and Lee Reeves already having belts, but everybody in the stable. This could be a great picture at the end of the year. Obviously, everybody in the stable with a belt around their waist. That just goes to show you how much success is in this gym, doesn't it?
Yeah, that'd be a really good early Christmas present for Dee. I'm sure he'd be buzzing. And yeah, that'd be. I didn't know that myself, or had that thought that everyone in the gym would have a belt. But yeah, we all definitely do deserve belts, so that would be class.
You obviously touched there, and obviously you felt that you've already overachieved, which I'd probably say would be unfair, but I guess you've set your goals to a certain thing where you were going to be happy. Do you now need to reassess your goals, obviously, now that you've become an Irish champion, where you're going, I've already completed that. Do you now have to reassess that and go, where can I realistically go next? Your short-term goals have worked very well for you. Where do you now reassess your goals now? Is it British title? Is that the next one you want?
Yeah, obviously you have to keep being ambitious and strive for more, but obviously I'm in a position where I could actually look back on my pro career and be like, that was the right move, this was the right, risk to take. So everything else will be an additional bonus, but keep asking, keep going for it. Don't get complacent now, because at the end of the day, I'm only 2 years in, and as I said, I've told you in interviews before, I see myself in this game for 10 years. So that's what I mean. There's so much opportunity, there's so much big fights out there, and my name now is getting talked about more. So there could be some very exciting things in the pipeline, not just for me, for the whole stable. So I'm looking forward to those opportunities.
Well, look, obviously, I know we'll catch up with you next week, obviously, the weigh-in. We wanted to get this out of the way. I'm not going to torture you after the weigh-in next week. I'm going to let you go and enjoy your food and everything else, but I'm sure we'll catch up with you, obviously, next Saturday night whenever you move to 9-0.
Yeah, spot on, Marty. Good to see you.
Cheers, Colm. Thank you.